Hello, my brothers and sisters out there. Today, basically, I've come to teach you actually just the introduction to the computer. And here we go. This is actually what the computer is. And the computer is actually a basic tool which is very important in our day-to-day life. Let's look at basically the introduction to my computer right in my screen here. What is a computer? If you ask your mind, a computer is an electronic device that accepts data, processes it under special instructions, and stores the results for future use. So you actually input the data and you actually instruct the computer to process it in a useful way to be an information, then it stores. Then we have also the basic components of the computer, the components of the computer that helps it to work. We have the first one, the first category is input devices. These devices are basically used actually for entering data into the computer, the raw facts into the computer. We have, for example, the keyboard, uh, we have the touch bar, and so on. So those are some of the input devices. Then we have also the second category. We have CPU. CPU is actually the central processing unit, which is like it acts as the brain of the computer. It's the one that fetch instruction from the users and processes it into a useful information. And as well, it passes it to the storage device such that they stores for future use. Then we also have another device or component that I've not written here is actually a storage device. These are devices used actually for storing informations. After the CPU has processed, you now come and store your informations in the storage devices. Then we have also the output devices. Output devices, these are devices that now gives out useful information processed by the computers. Like for example, we have the output devices like speakers. The speakers can really say out in terms of sound what the computer has done, the information the computer has processed in terms of audio. Then let's also move this very evening and we look at types of computers. Basically on my screen here, I have three types of computers. We have the first one, supercomputer. The supercomputer is extremely powerful. They are actually extremely powerful for complex tasks only, like maybe the computers used for predicting changes in the seasons and so on. So those are the supercomputers. They help to do such kind of complicated tasks. Then we have what they call mainframe computers. Mainframe computers are mostly used by large organizations for bulk data processing. Then lastly, we have what they call the personal computers that we simply call them PC. So PC is actually used at home, institutions, and offices for general tasks. And you perform the task to suit actually a certain interest of yours. That's why we call it personal computer. It's something you can easily carry to from one place to another. Then we have also what we call computer operating system. We have three to four computer operating system that I have three of them in the screen here, right? I have what I call computer hardware. These are actually tangible components of the computer, the components of the computer that you can see, you can touch. Yeah, so those are hardware devices like keyboards, like maybe mouse, and so on. Those are hardware devices that are also again input devices at the same time. Then we have the computer software. Computer software is actually mostly an electronic instruction that tells the computer how to does the works. Like the construction, the instructions that has been installed in the computer already that controls the activity of the computer, that is the software devices. Then we have what we call the humanware. In the world of computing, humanware is just referred to as a user. A person who uses a computer is what we call a humanware. Then maybe I can tell you another one. We have what we call the malware or the viruses. Those are things that actually disorganizes the storage of the computers. Then viewers, allow me wind up by actually listing some of the characteristics of modern computers. We have the first one is accuracy. Modern computers are capable of performing a certain task accurately without making any mistakes, and any mistakes that is actually made by in computing is not because of the technological problem, but it is because of the wrong information fed into the computer. That's why they brings in the term GIGO, that is garbage in, garbage out. If you feed in a wrong information, you get also the wrong feedback from the computer. Then we have also what we call speed. Modern computers actually are able to perform actually millions of instructions just in 1 second after being instructed. And that is actually simply known as MIPS. MIPS, that is millions of instructions per second, where you find that a computer can perform as many functions as possible, as many tasks as possible just within 1 second. Then we have versatility. Versatility is also the same as multitasking. Multitasking is actually the ability of the computer to perform several tasks at the same time. Then another characteristics of the computer is diligence. Diligence is the ability of the computer to perform a certain task repeatedly without getting tired. The computer is not like a human being. Even if you keep on performing the same task time after time, they can never complain. Works can never become monotonous to the computers. So that is what we call diligence. Then we have storage. Most of the modern computers, they have a very large storage. They store a huge amount of data, and they mostly have the internal storage. And then lastly, we have what they call artificial intelligence. This is actually the ability of the computer to think like a normal human being, like a human being. You find that a computer performs a task and responds to you like a normal human being when you ask it for a certain task to be performed. And that is what we call artificial intelligence. Then maybe another characteristic that I might have forgotten is actually communication. Communication, I can add it right in the list. So we have communication. Communication. Most of the modern computers, when you connect one computer to another with networks, you will find that the computers can be in position to communicate and can be used to communicate from one person to another, and it conveys messages. So viewers, thank you so much for watching. We have just started, but hoping you are learning something from the computer. It's actually a very vital tool in this ever-changing world of today. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and also like and comment at the same time. Thank you. See you.